So I'll start by asking a question. Will you lend a hand? Will you help someone up if they've fallen to the ground? Will you give someone a soft place to rest their head if they're weary and tired? Will you clothe someone if they're helpless and cold? Will you lend a hand? Perhaps you've given a buck or two. Even pitched in with a charity once before, but when someone is asking, will you lend a hand? Will you find the power to not avert your gaze, to not disengage from the strife and toil that grips our world? Will you lend a hand? Will you open your eyes and see that this, right now, is our time? That at this moment, we should join hands, link arms, and raise our voices to help one another, as brothers and sisters should. Will you lend a hand? The people are asking. The needs are rising. And the time is upon us. Are you willing? When you are needed, will you lend a hand? Now, I need not see any hand, but only ask that you answer these questions truthfully in your head. When someone is standing at the street corner, have you ever looked through them as if they were a ghost? Ever turned your head and ignored them as if they never existed at all? Perhaps there's a commercial on TV, and it's requesting volunteers. You flip through the ad as if it has the audacity to cut into your precious viewing time? I mean, why is it today that so many people make the choice not to help, not to give a part of themselves? Is it because we're worn out? Feeling that no matter how hard we try, we can never make a difference? Well, let me be that fire under your feet, that spark in your step. Every single one of us has the ability to make a difference if we choose to do so. Maybe we're against aiding someone for fear that we'll become nothing more than a crutch. A simple cop-out for someone who obviously needs to fix their mess on their own. Yet, when did our society turn a crutch into a bad thing? Or an indefinite thing, for that matter? When I broke my leg, some of you guys may remember, I needed a crutch. But do you see one in my hands as I stand before you today? No, it was a single step, one simple step on my path to recovery. Now, if I was never given that crutch, it would have made it much more difficult, perhaps impossible, to walk on my own 2 feet again. In my eyes, the only reason we don't give service is because we choose not to do so. Again, silently answer yourself this. What choice will you make? Will you lend a hand? My friends, as Dr. King once said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. If Dr. King had the power and the strength to stand up with the willingness to love in the face of racism, why not us? Where a weaker man may have resorted to violence, he showed love and he showed compassion to even those who wanted to kill him. I'm not asking you to take on the burdens of this great man, but only to honor his teachings of like to challenge all of you. I would love to see each and every one of you change the world for the better. I would love to see you impact someone's life in a way that you never thought possible. Perhaps in a way more simplistic than you ever imagined. I would love to see you put someone else before yourself. And I would love to see you love. To see you open your ears to the voices around you and open your heart to everyone that needs it. We all have this strength inside ourselves. We all contain this power. For service knows no age, kindness knows no gender, and love knows no color of skin. We hold the ability to serve inside every single one of us. Will you lend a hand? In the end, service to humanity is about being something bigger than yourself. It's about showing kindness and love to others and asking nothing in return. It's about knowing in your heart that you have the ability, whether you're black or white, male or female, 5 years old or 105 years old, to make a difference.